Do you remember Saturday Night Fever, the movie, with John Travolta playing Tony Manero? Well, I'm sure you don't know the real history behind it. This is a funny story and it goes like this. Back in the 70s in New York, Tony Manero, an Italo-American guy, was becoming quite famous within the New York scene as a great dancer in clubs. What he was dancing was rocking, which is the first original hip-hop dance, which was the starting point for breaking. Now at the same time, in Hollywood, movie directors hear about this new dance craze and about this incredible dancer called Tony Manero in New York. Next thing you know, they want to make a movie about him. But you know what happens? People in Hollywood had no idea what rocking or breaking was at the time, because breaking at the time was still a local New York thing. But again, the movie heads didn't really care, so they held auditions in LA. Now, funnily enough, in Los Angeles at the same time, locking was growing. But remember, locking, even though now it's considered part of the hip-hop dance techniques, it is a completely separate style that was born in LA, not in New York. So the people in Hollywood thought that the dance that the kids were doing in LA was the same dance that probably guys were doing in New York, because they didn't know better. And also, I guess they didn't really care that much. Next thing you know, John Travolta comes in to play Tony Manero, but what he actually learns is locking steps. You remember all of this sort of pointing and the grooving and the stuff? Those are all social dances that come from LA. Next thing you know, Saturday Night Fever becomes a hit. And to this day, a lot of people still know the moves. But what most people don't know is that the movie was trying to tell a story about an Italian New Yorker doing breaking. But what they actually recorded was an actor doing dances that were coming from Los Angeles, not New York. Now you might think, why is this important? Well, for two main things. One, this movie then created a lot of confusion within the street dance world that took ages to solve and understand. But the second thing, which is the most important thing, is understanding how important it is to have competent people in the right places. And then you might think, yeah, Simone, but that was just a movie, it's just entertainment, whatever. But I guess that now you're starting to see where I'm going with this. If you really want to understand any topic that is not yours, make sure you have the right people in the right places. For example, if you want to understand how disabled people go through life and navigate a society that is not built for them, you gotta make sure that disabled people are in the right place to make the right decisions. Do you want to increase your diversity within your team and your business? Then you have to make sure that the right people are in the right places. The necessary step, though, in order to get there, is to accept that you might not know everything about all people and all situations and all abilities. So taking a step back and allowing the right, competent people to bring the very much needed change.